Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome you all in AppSex Online Sport and Assignments tutorial for Round 2 Week 3. I am Zubia Razak from APS Chaktamni. The grade is 10 and subject is Biology. Recipes Chapter number 12, Coordination and Control. Objective is at the end of this week you would be able to understand about endocrine system from textbook pages 47 to 50. Now it's time to discuss the endocrine system. The activities such as growth, reproduction, maintenance of glucose concentration in blood, reabsorption of water in kidneys need to be regulated. Endocrine system performs this job. The system uses chemicals to communicate with its effectors. These chemicals are known as hormones. A hormone is a specific messenger molecule synthesized and secreted by an endocrine gland. These glands are ductless and release their secretions that are hormones directly into the bloodstream. Blood carries the hormones to target organs or tissues upon which they act. Many glands in our body are exocrine. Such glands have ducts for releasing their secretions, for example, digestive glands, skin glands. The stepwise process of metamorphosis in many animals is controlled by hormones. Hence, metamorphosis is controlled by hormones. Life activities such as cell division in invertebrates are also regulated by hormones. Hormones also control activities like migration in birds. Hormones have been identified even in unicellular organisms. The first one is pituitary gland. It is a P-shaped gland attached to the hypothalamus of brain. Here was hypothalamus. Many hormones, trophic hormone of pituitary gland influence the secretions of other endocrine glands. However, some hormones of this gland act directly on various tissues of body. There are two lobes of this pituitary gland, anterior lobe and posterior lobe. So this anterior lobe produces many hormones which include growth hormones. This is posterior lobe of this pituitary gland. This posterior lobe of pituitary gland stores and secretes two hormones, oxytocin and vasopressin. Oxytocin is love hormone and vasopressin is antidiuretic hormone ADH. And these two hormones, which are vasopressin and oxytocin, are produced here. Here is hypothalamus. Here was thalamus, here is hypothalamus, and here is pituitary gland. This is the anterior lobe of this pituitary gland, and this is posterior lobe. And I have discussed about posterior lobe that it produces two hormones. And I will discuss about anterior lobe of pituitary gland. It produces many hormones. One of its important hormones is somatotropin, that is growth hormone. As you can watch here, an individual is growing due to somatotropin hormone that is released by anterior lobe of pituitary gland. It promotes the growth of body, and if the production of this hormone is diminished, I mean to say is less during growing age, the rate of growth decreases. This condition is called dwarfism. And if this hormone is excessively produced during growing age, it leads to the gigantism, which means very tall and overweight. If somatotropin is excessively produced after growing age, internal organs and body extremities alone grow large. So this condition would be acromegaly. Such persons will have large hands, feet, and jawbones. And jawbones are located inside mouth. Another important hormone secreted by the anterior lobe of pituitary gland is thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH. It stimulates thyroid gland to secrete its hormones. The remaining hormones of anterior lobe influence reproductive organs and also control adrenal glands. And now I will discuss about vasopressin. Have you ever noticed that during summer the urine output is low due to increased sweating and the water level of blood is lowered? As a result, pituitary gland releases more ADH into blood, and ADH is antidiuretic hormone. This vasopressin increases the rate of absorption water from these nephrons. When we have low amount of vasopressin and so more reabsorption of water occurs from these nephrons and into the blood. In this way body retains water and less amount of urine is produced. On the other hand, when body fluids have more than normal water, there is a decline in the required amount. Less water will be absorbed from these nephrons and there is excessive loss of water through urine. This condition is known as diabetes insipidus. It's too hot today, and did you know that the urine output will be low? Due to increased sweating, the water level of blood is lowered in summer. As a result, pituitary gland releases more ADH into the blood. When there will be insufficient ADH, then the kidneys make a lot of urine. This condition is diabetes insipidus. The next one is oxytocin hormone that stimulates the contraction of uterus walls in mothers for childbirth. Moreover, this hormone is essential for the ejection of milk from breast. The next one is thyroid gland. This is the largest endocrine gland in human body. It is present in neck region below larynx and produces a hormone called thyroxine. Iodine is required for the production of this hormone. If a person lacks iodine in diet, thyroid gland cannot make its hormone. In this condition, thyroid gland enlarges. This disorder is called goiter, as you can watch the goiter on screen. Thyroxine increases the breakdown of food, that is oxidation, and release of energy in body. It is also responsible for the growth of body. Hyperthyroidism is caused by the underproduction of thyroxine. It is characterized by low energy production in body and slowing down of heartbeat. Hyperthyroidism is caused by the overproduction of thyroxine. Its symptoms are increase in energy production, increased heartbeat, frequent sweating, and shivering of hands, and moreover fatigue, weight loss, sensitivity to cold, depression, memory problems, goiter, hair loss, muscle pain, trembling hands, and infertility. So that was all about thyroid glands. The next one is calcitonin. And the thyroid gland produces another hormone called calcitonin. It decreases the level of calcium ions in blood and promotes the absorption of calcium from blood into bones. The next one is parathyroid glands. These are four glands situated on the posterior side of thyroid gland. They produce a hormone known as parathormone. It increases the level of calcium ions in blood. When there is increased production of parathormone, more than normal calcium salts are absorbed from the bones and added into the blood. Consequently, the bones become hard, and if there is deficiency in the production of parathormone, blood calcium level falls. It leads to tetany, which affects the functioning of muscles. Tetany is marked by sharp flexion of the wrist and ankle joints, muscle twitching, cramps, and convulsions, and it is due to decreased blood calcium level, which makes the nerves and muscles more excitable. The parathormone and calcitonin complement each other and regulate the level of calcium ions in the blood. The next one is adrenal gland. These glands are situated above kidneys. Each adrenal gland consists of two parts. The outer part is cortex and the inner part is medulla. Adrenal medulla secretes a hormone called epinephrine or adrenaline. Adrenaline. Sorry, it was slip of tongue. Adrenaline. And this adrenaline is responsible to stress. It prepares our body to overcome emergency situations. Therefore, adrenaline is also termed as emergency hormone. When a person experiences fear, anger, or anxiety, the rate and intensity of heartbeat increases, blood pressure increases, blood flow to the limbs increases, blood flow to the alimentary canal and skin is reduced. Such changes prepare the body to face an emergency situation. The adrenal cortex secretes many hormones called corticosteroids, which maintain the balance of salts and water in blood. I will discuss about the remaining glands in my next video lecture. Thank you and have a nice day.